There's an intense storm going on right now. It might just be passing, but there was some big thunder, lightning, and it felt like even hail. Maybe the rain was just that heavy, but I've ditched the motel idea. Checked the forecast again, and it now favors me to leave tomorrow, despite that I'm going to have to paddle up Santoy Lake, which is a big one, into a headwind. The alternative is leaving on Saturday and facing rain probably, and the Diablo portage is pretty steep and rocky, so that would be bad and perilous. So I'm just going to sleep in the parking lot tonight. Got a couple cold ones, and I'll just drift off to sleep for probably only a few hours, but that's the plan. Stocked up in Marathon, got plenty of groceries. I don't know how I'm going to fit it all into my food bag, 2 weeks worth of food, but I'll give it a whirl. I'm at a scenic lookout west of Naze Provincial Park, just off the Trans-Canada. And normally I hate the signs of human impact on nature, but this railway there is pretty awesome. Just curling around the huge granite cliffs. And then over here the Trans-Canada crosses on a suspension bridge. I'm assuming that's for the Trans-Canada, I don't even know. Some big hydro wires. The human impact is kind of beautiful here. It's 10 o'clock here at the launch on Santoy. I packed up the gear, sorted through the car and got everything out. And I'm feeling a bit less nervous now, but still anxious. It's by far the most ambitious trip I've ever attempted, so I can't help but feel a bit nervous to do this alone. 170 kilometers, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not gonna die, but I think it's gonna be really hard. At least Santoy is looking really nice so far. Surprisingly nice boat launch here, and maybe there were some cottages on the lake, I don't know, but there probably are if there's that good of a boat launch. There are a couple trucks there with trailers, and then one other car with no trailer who is presumably doing the route as well. And then there's me. So yeah, it's after 10 now, so I'm gonna try and fall asleep soon. We'll see. This is it. It's about 6 a.m. and I've eaten, unloaded the gear, and I'm ready to go. That is a week's worth of food right there, I hope. Or 2 weeks, I should say. And I was really praying for the wind to die down this morning, because it's a north wind and I'm heading north. But that didn't happen, so at least it's pretty chilly out, so that'll help me warm up. But it's gonna be 5 kilometers into this to start, and then one of the toughest portages that I've heard of, the Diablo portage. Conditions are bad.
Conditions are bad.
Finally made it. That was pretty brutal. 5 of the hardest kilometers I've ever paddled, for sure. The wind was at least 15 kilometers an hour at all times, and then usually more like 25. One boater did come up to me. I'm here at the portage, by the way. This is the start of the Diablo portage. One boater did come up to me and asked if I was okay, and that's always appreciated. I told him I was fine. He was like, "Are you sure?" But yeah, that's over, and thank goodness. I actually felt a little seasick a few times. I thought I might lose my breakfast, but that's never happened to me, so it says something. It was beautiful, though it was hard to appreciate the beauty when the paddling was so rough. It seems common here, and it is relatively. But out on the lake, I'm just around this point here. Out on the lake, it's just terrible. Anyway, I'm gonna eat something and then start this portage. Just in the beginning of it here, it looks pretty tough, pretty overgrown, and relatively steep. Yep, this portage is brutal. I just took the big pack up and some other stuff, and I'm out of breath. It's pretty steep. I'm not even at the top yet. I just stopped there I had to unload for a big fall down, blow down. So I figured I might as well go back for the rest. I don't want to leave my food bag too far away in case a bear sniffs it out. So it seems like the elevation gain is over, but really the dangerous part is here. Through this ravine, these ferns, they cover up everything, and I can't see the ground hardly. And sometimes there are big pits in the ground, and I put my foot through a couple already, luckily without injury, but you can see why it'd be hard to walk here when there are these traps underneath the ferns. It's gonna be tough with the canoe. It's been almost 2.5 hours and I'm still going. And along the ravine section of the portage, the mosquitoes are really bad. And I don't know how much further it is, but I really hope I'm getting close. So I am absolutely worn out. I need some water too, I'm almost out. Whew. Hi. I knocked you over. You okay? Yeah, you're okay. DIABLO! Done. Finally. Oh, I don't know how that was only 1 kilometer. It felt like 10. That was awful. But the lake isn't. It's beautiful. And it's supposed to have brook trout. So we'll see about that. It'd be my first one ever, so that would make it all very worthwhile. But right now I just want to swim and drink a couple liters of water. Can't wait. It's a pretty nice sight. Anything would be nice right now. Still real windy out there. The only thing that's not too great is the takeout, but it's fine. I just have it anchored up here so it'll hold tight there and I don't have to haul it up. I am so gassed. I want to swim, but I'm so tired. I just want to collapse. Anyway, super pumped to be here. Very happy. Oh, that's good. I needed to rinse out my clothes after today, so just went in with them. Did some laundry. That feels so much better. Oh, I feel really rejuvenated now. Holy cow. Well, I'm gonna get these off and get in some dry clothes and set up camp. Had a nap and then dinner, and then felt like I had the energy to go fishing again. So I'm out here going for my first brook trout. Somehow I've never caught one. I haven't fished that many brook trout waters in my life. But even the ones that I have, some of them have been stocked and some of them have been back lakes that I was sure would have some. And I don't use live bait. A lot of guys get them on worms, but yeah, it just hasn't happened for me. So it would be so amazing if it did here. This lake gets up to 140 feet deep, which is pretty good because it's not that deep. I don't know what brook trout would go for in the summer on a lake like this, but I'm just using a lake trout lure technique that I like in the summer, which is just ripping a lipless crankbait, letting it fall deep, and then just ripping it up. Oh, well, I won't be using that one anymore because I just backlashed and it ripped off.
And then just ripping it up. Oh, well, I won't be using that one anymore because I just backlashed and it ripped off.
Probably should have come to this location later in the summer, given that the black flies here are pretty bad still, not to mention the mosquitoes. I don't use bug spray, but I had to today on the portage when the mosquitoes were going and then the black flies added in, a big swarm of them. I just had to. Anyway, I'm going to retie this. Oh, I guess it was a bad knot. I just had a fish on, and brook trout I think are the only sport fish in this lake, and I lost it while turning on the camera. Oh boy, I better get something else or that'll be upsetting. I was thinking of going to some spoons or something. This is I can't even remember, but I was looking for a little Cleo, but apparently I didn't bring one, so that's not ideal. Love that lure, obviously. Wow, I can't believe I lost that fish turning on the camera. I don't think I'm going to be able to film this first brook trout catch. I was hoping to, but not really worth it. It happened. I got a brook trout. Oh man. It's so beautiful. Oh, that's too much. Oh, it's so nice. Come here, come here. Oh, what a beautiful fish. I just want to get it back quickly, but okay, I'm just gonna let him rest there for a second, then I'll take it out for a photo. Wow. Finally. Man, cannot get this hook out of anything. There. All right. Have a look at this guy. Oh, beautiful colors. Oh. Couldn't have dreamt it up more perfect. Oh, spectacular. incredible blue. This golden red belly. Wow. Cloud 9. I'm gonna let him go. Pretty tough day, but such an amazing reward. Not only that brook trout, but this pristine lake all to my own. And it's like glass right now too. Right behind me, right about here, is the DIABLO portage, and ironically my site overlooks the put in there. It's just a constant reminder. Kind of gives me the willies. As I look back on it, it was pretty brutal. It took 3.5 hours for a kilometer portage. And the 5 kilometers of paddling before that also took about 3.5 hours. So it was 7 kilometers, 7 hours for 6 kilometers of total travel. That's pretty tough, slow travel, but so worthwhile right now. It's beautiful. Got into, had a few bites. One on the jigging, the flasher jig here. That's what I got my one brookie on. It's one of my go-tos, my absolute favorites, and ever more so. And then another lipless crankbait that I didn't cast into the lake has got me 3 bites, but they're just pecking at the back of it and somehow not getting the hook. But I'm sure they will eventually. Just got into another one. About the same. Equally beautiful. Whoops. Whoa, he wants to go. I'm gonna let him. Whoa! He's in the net. Let's turn it. Thanks, buddy. Too good. Years without brook trout, and then 2 in one night. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I would just like to propose a toast to DIABLO Lake. What a wonderful, wonderful place, and we are so lucky to be here this evening. Now, if you'll join me in raising your bug nets and toasting your glass of Scotch whiskey blended to DIABLO Lake. Cheers.